have a special kind of book to share. It's called a biography. A biography is a book about a person's life. Our book is about the life of a famous American, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The title of the book is Happy Birthday, Martin Luther King. One of the ways that we can learn about famous Americans is to read biographies about their lives. This biography was written by a team, an author and an illustrator. The author, Jean Marzallo, did her work first. She decided that the life of Dr. King was special enough that she wanted children to know about it. She learned all about his life, and then she wrote the words of this book. And after the words were written, Brian Pinky was chosen as an illustrator. He is a very famous illustrator. Take a look at the cover illustration. You will see that Brian Pinky uses very dark colors and then scratches through to lighter colors. I want you to pay attention to the words and the artwork in this book. Remember, this book is a biography, which is a story of a person's life. That means that the author will give us a sequence of events in time order. We will start with the person's early life and go in order as the person gets older. What do you think we're going to learn about first? Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. His parents loved him very much. I can make a connection here. The words say that his parents loved him very much, and the picture shows a mother and a father holding a baby. I can picture my parents holding me when I was a baby. I imagine that they used to hold me and stare at me because they loved me so much. So I can use what I know to help me understand how Martin's parents felt. I'm sure they felt the same way my parents did. Martin Luther King had the same name as his father, except for one thing. His father was called Martin Luther King Sr., and Martin was called Martin Luther King Jr. Why do you think they put that extra part, Jr., on his name? What could that have meant? Well, Junior is something you put on somebody's name when they've been named after someone. So Junior means that he was named after his father. They have almost exactly the same name. Martin went to elementary school, high school, and college in Atlanta. He was a good student. Later, he went to divinity school in Pennsylvania. I can make an inference here. I can take words from the book and ideas from my head and use them to understand better. It says he went to divinity school, and I know that divinity school is a place that people go if they want to be ministers. A minister is a person who preaches at a church. He or she helps the people in the church, so I think that Martin wanted to be a minister, and that's why he went to a special school. Martin became a pastor, just like his dad, at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. They are both called Reverend, the Reverend Martin Luther King Sr. and the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. A pastor is another name for a minister, and Reverend is a special word to describe a pastor. Do you remember what a minister does? Remember, we said that they preach in a church and they help people in the church, right? So why do you think both Martin and his father were called Reverend? I bet his father was a pastor or a minister as well. Martin's job as a minister was to help people in need. He visited sick people in the hospital and made them feel better. What kind of person do you think Martin must have been? How would you describe him? Well, he must have been really kind to take care of so many people. He must have been pretty smart, too, to go to all these schools. He asked people not to fight with each other. He said that there were peaceful ways to solve problems. Look at this illustration. How can we tell that the boys were using peaceful ways to solve problems? Well, if they weren't using peaceful ways, they might be hurting each other, right? And it looks like they're holding hands or shaking hands, which is peaceful and not mean. And like his father, Martin led people in prayer and song. We're going to stop here for today.